from there. All my grapes are gone. They're all gone. Some activities require a larger board. You can increase the size of the board through the technology panel. TO. Yes. Been reading some books about winemaking. The old man has left me tons filled with notes, weird diagrams, and old photos. That's good. Yeah, but I still can't wrap my head around a few things. That's fine. It's a lot to take in. Like this pruning thing. How do I do that? For pruning, you really have been studying, haven't you? The answer is simple. It's too early for you to do that. How so? Well, first of all, we prune the vines in winter, and let's just say that you need far more than just a few books to understand how to do that. But don't worry, I can help you. Okay, so I need to expand. You go to technologies. You need board upgrade. Ooh, fuck. 2,000 for that one. So I got my nice vineyard expansion here. And you can see the money at the top right there. The amount of buds left in the vine will affect quality, quantity, and grapes ripeness. Every vine variety has its favorite pruning method. So how's it going with Gianni? Glad you asked me, because mates, how on earth did you think we could work together? Ouch, he can be a bit blunt, I guess, but don't take it personally. Blunt? He's not blunt, just plain rude. I know that I need him as knowledge, but he's way out of line sometimes. I'm so sorry. I can assure you that he's a good man. He's just used to mumbling on his own. You know how a lot of liturgists are constantly stressed out and under pressure to get the perfect wine out there. I'm fine, I can take it. I just need to vent. Anyway, I'm so happy our one-to-one sessions are back on. I've missed your winemaking lectures. Oh, thank you. It's finally time to prune your vines. Uh-oh, this is level up for me. Indeed it is. Pruning is all about removing unwanted or unneeded parts of the grapevines. We prune in winter and we leave on the plants necessary buds for the next year's production. So far so good. Anything else I need to know to become Princess Pruner? Princess Pruner should know that vines can be trained with different styles of pruning techniques depending on the grape variety. Certain pruning styles are more adequate than others. Okay, so I remove the unwanted bits and I leave the buds on. How many buds? How do I select those? Good question. In a nutshell, less buds, better quality of wine, more buds, more quantity of wine. It's always about quantity versus quality. It's always about quality versus quantity, isn't it? In this case, it definitely is. Number of buds. It's a crazy quality, but no quantity. So we'll just go with, I don't lose any quantity, but I increase. Let's go with low. All these things are, you just tell me something we just looked at. Really big, I don't think. So yeah, we're called King's Crew. I chose that name before. But yeah, holy shit, look at this. It tells you all the process of making wine, buying the land, something like that. I'll have to buy another piece of land at some point. Yeah, all that land, all this land up there. Whoops, sorry. All that brown land is available for purchase. I think this one's just the cheapest. Anyways, next turn. Fermentation. No one's gonna be here to tell me how to do this. Fermentation consumes sugar to create alcohol. You can select duration and yeast. Different yeast can give different flavors to wine. Hello again, London. Alas, we meet again. Indeed, I hope you're ready, because today we'll cover one of the most complex parts of the winemaking process. I've dusted off my old notebooks for the occasion. I also have a whole bag of sunflower seeds to chew on whenever I feel overwhelmed by your incompetence. I am rubber, you are glue. Anyway, I'm ready. Open your spell book and let's summon some wine. Now, London, pay close attention. Do you remember what we have learned about crushing? Be gentle, burst the skin, release the sugary juice, expose them to the yeast. I'm impressed. Well, fermentation is the next step. Yeast will now convert grape sugars into alcohol. Sugar meets yeast, and bam, here's the wine. Not so fast, London, not so fast. Fermentation will affect the body, sweetness, tannin, and acidity of your wine. Depending on the grape variety, there are different optimal values for each of these characteristics. Sure. Hey, wait. Are you reading from your old notebooks? I am. Don't interrupt me. As I was saying, sweetness and tannin are influenced by the duration of the fermentation process. Everything clear so far? It's clear as mud. Unsurprisingly. So, look, I'm tired and I'm running out of sunflower seeds. How the fuck do you do that already? I'll make it easy for you. Let's say you're fermenting Barbera, okay? Practical example would be helpful. Yes, let me write this down. In that case, your optimal values would be 2/10 tannin and 2/10 sweetness. Now, feel free to give it a go. Even if I highly doubt you will get this right at your first attempt, given your non-existent expertise in the basic equipment we have in the cellar. Add a few drops of optimism for daily intake of sunflower seeds, you know. Okay, so I need all of that sweetness is going to go away if I leave it at short. Well, that's fine. So that's because we're making that kind of wine. But look at all this data, acidity and sugar too. So we'll leave it at low, and then I'll be 2 and 2 of 10. They didn't say shit about acidity. A few tannins will be extracted from the skin. I don't need to examine, get rid of any of the tannins or anything, so we need 2 tannins. 2 tannins to 2 sweetness. I can't click the scarecrow. It's disappointing. Now onto the press. Is anyone here to help me? If you press with a higher intensity, you get a higher volume of must with a lower quality. Use a slider to select your desired intensity. You look tired. Not tired, I'm fermented. Well, is this your first attempt at a wineish pun? Blimey, you're taking this seriously. What the fuck is the English? The sooner you'll accept that I'm here to stay, the better you'll feel, trust me. So what's on today's menu? Pressing, which is a process whereby the juice is extracted from the grapes. Pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? That's it? Obviously not. Increase the press intensity and you get more wine. Decrease the press intensity and your wine will be of better quality. You're writing this down. Increase for more quantity, decrease for better quality. Got it. Good. Remember, the press intensity will also affect the value of 2 characteristics, which are body and tannin. If you're pressing a Barbera, keep in mind that the optimal body value is 8. Alright, I'll give it a go and see what happens. I know your generation is not particularly keen on reading, but you can also check the wine data to get the right balance. It should be easy enough for you. I'll get 8 for this, for the body. Well, that's not possible. That's not possible, though. I can't get body all the way up to 8. Body's only at 2 right now. But I want sweetness and tannin to be equal to each other. Tannins are naturally occurring, found in the grape skins and seeds, also found in wooden barrels. Tannins are beneficial to stabilize wine and prevent oxidation. Want to experience unadulterated tannin for yourself? Find a banana skin. The astringent, bitter sensation you get is a sensation of tannin. I don't want any of that. Okay, well, the quality be good at least. Season and winter. Oh look, it's raining. Oh, no biggie. I've lived in London long enough. Rain is an integral part of my everyday existence. Well, in our case, it makes a huge difference. We have to stop. We can't work in the vineyards when it rains. Really? That bad? I'm afraid so. I see, in that case, I'll put the kettle on. Do you fancy a cup of tea? Sounds very exotic, thanks. But a double espresso would do. That seems weird. There you are. Here I am. You look intense. I am. Today we'll start bottling the wine. This is the final stage in the winemaking process. The moment of truth. Once the bottles are sealed, there's nothing more we can do. It's out of our control. Are you really concerned about this? Of course, always. Even more so given you have no clue about the entire process. Bottling is irreversible. There's no turning back. Next time you see your wine will be in someone's glass and they will be tasting it. Relax, it's my first wine and I've learned tons along the way. Whatever people say will be on me and not on you. Nonsense. I'm your mentor. It is my responsibility and only thing that makes me feel less helpless. During this process is to make sure that the bottles are sparkling clean, the corks are top quality. Good to know. Let's inspect the bottles and hope for the best. Click on the I button of the card to receive more information on the activity. Bottling is the final stage in the winemaking process and is very important to the finished product. Okay, so it needs to be a sunny day, or it doesn't matter if it's a sunny day, I guess. Make sure you have enough space in the warehouses for your bottles. Remember that some type of closures can give faults to the wine. Some type of closures can give. I like the sort of vintage look. I also kind of like this one, the double one. Yeah, it's kind of cool. The line going up and down. When you look on the right and see how this is all costing so much more. Yeah. The shape of the bottle makes a huge fucking difference too. A synthetic closure. Screw cap. Glass cork. Use a normal cork. It's gonna cost a little bit more, but so be it. First one. Alright, well, in my first version of the game, I called it, what did I call it? The first kiss or something like that, I think I called it. Although I wish the label was bigger. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's change this. Right, so what should we call it? Trying to think of a clever name that I could use here. We'll go with the one that I had. This is the one that I had for 2019. 2019. Weird time. See, when I played the game my first time, that's what I called the bottle. My first bottle, so I'll stick to it. That's cleaning. Machineries wear out while using them, and they can get dirty or broken. You can clean and repair them, accessing the different buildings they belong to. Using dirty machinery can give faults to wine. Hey girl, long time no see. How are you doing? I don't know, I've been buried in work. Apologies for ghosting you the other day. Johnny hates it when I'm late. Well, so that's why you ran away so quickly. I thought you were avoiding me. Me? Avoiding you? No way. Phew, tell me, how are you two getting along? Junior is it's all about the wine. He doesn't mingle with us in town. He's so difficult to read. Tell me more. I'm afraid I don't have much to offer. The only thing I know is that whenever he feels particularly stressed, he chews a ton of sunflower seeds and leaves a trail of shells behind. Ew. Right? Anyway, so we've just finished bottling our first wine. He seemed particularly concerned about this last phase. Let's hope everything goes smoothly. Oh, wow, that's great. Your very first bottle, you have to tell Satoshi. Satoshi? Don't you know him, girl? Have you ever left the house? You should really. Oh, that's sometimes. Oh, God. Gianni says I have to focus and avoid any distractions. Gianni says this, Gianni says this. I don't know him, and he's already getting on my nerves. We'll do that. Forget Gianni, listen to me. Satoshi is the owner of the wine bar in town. He's such a nice guy. Go there, tell him I've sent you, and bring a bottle of your wine. He'll want to taste it. I don't want to impose. Impose, snap out of this imperial coldness, girl. Stop behaving like a guest. This is your land. These are your traditions. Own it. It's ironic, you know, as an expat, I really felt like a guest. Felt like I was inhabiting a space that wasn't mine. Now that I'm home, I still feel and behave as a stranger. I'm stuck in limbo. Don't get all philosophical of me, girl. It scares me. Take a deep breath. Enjoy your evening out at Satoshi's wine bar. Can you do this for me, pretty please? Thanks. Yeah, sure. Thank you, Anna. Yee. All right, so let's get the weeding done here. Whoops. I need to start preparations for the next one. Hold on. I'm buying that other grounds. 20,000 bucks. That's a fucking lot. German allows the clean maintenance of all the company's tools. This just unlocks it. I have to buy it anyways. Okay, well, I guess we won't be able to do suckering just yet. It's 20,000 like knocks me dead here. Is there a way to fit this in there somehow? No, this needs 4 spaces across. Let's see, can I do this? And this. And this. There you go. Just can't do any of the cleaning. There's Bjork, there's Boku. The valuation of the wine is expressed by a score. This value depends on the typicality of the wine and the quality of the grapes used. The flavors increase the score, while faults decrease it. Hey. Sweetness and tannin are balanced. The body's not what he told me to add it to. 72, that's less than I got on my first body. On my first one, which was 73. Must. So it's like 15 euros per bottle. It's not bad, I guess. Still a cheap wine, at least. Excuse me for yawning. On the next day. Got 2 new orders. Welcome to my wine bar. Do you have a reservation? Hello, not really, sorry, it was a last minute thing. My neighbor Anna told me to. Oh, so it's you. It's so nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about your first steps into the winemaking business. Anna has filled me in on your adventures. She really is the unofficial news broadcaster in town, isn't she? Tune into Radio Anna and learn about what's new in the area. Well, she is, but she has a big heart. She only broadcasts positive things about people she cares about. But listen, why don't you sit at that table over there, tell me about your first wine, I'll be there in a sec. Sure, thank you. Meow, Barrick. Nice to meet you too, furry creature. Meow. You're so cute, can I pet you? Is that okay with you? Meow, purr, purr, purr. Yes. Looks like you've met Barrick, and judging from the rhythmic purring sound here, I say that he likes you. Feelings mutual. I also like your wine bar. It's so cozy. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. So let's talk about your first wine. Do you really have to do that? I'm not sure it's any good. Here you go. Uncork and taste it if you dare. So, come on, your sounds kill me. Is it dreadful? Oh gosh, Yana would be furious. I must have screwed up something. Maybe the fermentation process or the pressing. I must have pressed too much. Is it cork? Okay. Look, I know you've been studying hard, working hard, and are fully committed to the cause, but how do I say this? This wine is actually good, all things considered. Deep color, full body, low tannins, well done. Is it? Are you sure? I mean, feel free to say it's rubbish if you don't like it. No, this is good, especially since it's your first wine, and Anna was right. You do know what you're doing. Here, this is the menu. Order what you want. It's on the house. Celebrate. Really? You're too kind. Thank you. And yes, Anna was right. I really need to leave the house, meet new people. I'm feeling so much better. So as long as you like, I have to go back to the other tables, but I definitely want to know more about your future plans. I'll pay you a visit as soon as I can, and that's a promise. Boom. Back to the fucking outdoors. Click cleaning. Click cleaning. Clean.
I'm better at this than you.